So learn to think in systems. Alright, this is part 2 on systemic thinking. Ever since I made the first video, it went viral and a lot of people have been telling me to go deeper and explain better some topics. So listen, this is going to change your life, right? Everywhere you are, anything you want to do is a system. So you have to look at the system, the design, and look for where people are making the most success. How did the system design for people to succeed, right? And usually systems will be designed for different categories of people. So if you come to the system, you say that this category makes the most money, usually fewer, and then this one makes more, and then this one makes less and works harder. The ones that make the fewest people, all right, that make the most money, work less, all right. The ones that make the least money work more. I'll give you some examples so you get it and see how to apply it in your life. If you're not following me, follow me by this time, okay? So click on my name, follow me. Now, systemic thinking, right? Let's say a bank. If you come to a bank and pick 3 random staff, right? One could be the gate man, the security guard. How much do you think the security guard earns? Let's say in Nigeria now, 100,000 naira per month, right? Which is around $80 every month. 30 days, they pay him $80. Now, the second one might be the cashier. Cashier earns about 150,000 naira, which is around $100 every month. The third one might be the manager or the regional manager, whatever. His salary might be 10 times that of the cashier. We're talking about 1.5 million every month, which is around $1,000. But no. So how is he able to be driving a 200 million naira car? That's a $150,000 car. If his salary is $1,000, how is it that he's driving a $150,000 car? That's because at his level, his job provides him the opportunity to make money in other means that may or may not be illegal. So I want to assume legal means now. So apart from his salary, he will be getting favors from politicians, you know. A politician can show up with $10 million. Do you think if a politician wants to put $10 million in his account, he's going to go through the cashier, the nonsense cashier at the counter? Hey, forgive my language, but I'm using it to paint something, right? Blow the cashier. He doesn't care. He's not even going to speak to the cashier. The politician's agent will go to the bank and request to meet the manager, and the manager will make a special case. That's when you know that they have special rooms, like parlor. Somewhere, the politician will come in and discuss the deal, and they will agree, and then the next day, the $10 million arrives. You understand? So now the politician might promise that, okay, if you can help us to process this whole thing, we'll pay you 5%, 10%. Bro, 10% of $10 million, you know how much? That's $1 million. 5% is like $500,000. And the manager did it. They took that money without sweating. He just need to sign a deal, press a button on his desk, and somebody downstairs would do something. There was one day I went to the bank. I saw armed men everywhere in front of the bank. So I went in. I wanted to deposit $200. This was when I started making money off YouTube, right? This was many years ago. So if you are broke, you should learn how to make money from YouTube. I have the course, so chat me up. It's not free. The course is how much again? 35,000 naira. And it will take you, after taking the course and practicing what is in the course, it will take you around 4 months to start making your first $10 from YouTube. Me, I made $10 the first month. Second month I was $120. But once you start making money, you quit your normal job, okay? So back to it. So when I got into the bank, the cashiers everywhere was full. So, but I now started shouting, "Why is it that you people don't attend to people here? You know, the Nigerian attitude." I started making noise. So one of the cashiers called me. "What do you want to do?" I said, "I want to deposit dollars." "How much?" $200. She didn't even ask me how much. So she said, "Okay, come." She took me, went through a back door. Boom! I now saw that the bank had an underground, bro. The bank had an underground. So when I went to the underground, bro, see money? Yeah. They had another set of cashiers underground. I'm talking about what I saw was like 6 cubicles, right? Of cashiers underground. and each of them, they had duffel bags of dollars. Damn. That was when it connected to me why there were armed men outside. Each cashier was counting dollars. And they had the people that brought the money were like some guys. So they were counting it. They were using counter. These ones were counting with their hand. Me with my $200. It was as if I should sink into the earth and disappear, because now to start explaining to the cashier that I had $200. Yeah, they just post something, the whole thing for me, and then recorded my $200 into my bank account. Gave me the slip. I should get out. But I'm just saying it. Imagine the manager that allowed that transaction to go through in that bank, right? They will give him a percentage. That's how he's managing to push that kind of expensive car. And so many other deals they can sign that are legal, but the cashier at the counter will not have such an opportunity. Are you getting what I'm saying? So if you are the gate man in that bank, what would you do to earn more money? Normal thinking that we got from school would tell us to protest. Gate man will start protesting, or first of all complain to fellow gate men. They will now form a union. The union will do strike one day, that all the gate men in all the banks will not come to work because they want salary increase. Bank will come out and say, oh sorry, we're sorry, you're earning 100,000. Okay, now we'll pay you 105,000 naira each. They will say, yeah, our protest works. Idiots. What a fool. What a compound fool. What a non-entity. Get the message. If you're thinking at it at a low level, you'll be thinking of protest. You'll be thinking of hard work. If I work extra hours, if I do overtime, if I collect extra few tips, I'm gonna make more money. You understand? The system, the training we get from school shuts our mind off how the other people are making their money. How is it that a manager is there making his money? Because he has some qualifications. For instance, the cashier earns more than the gate man because the cashier did extra 4 years in school. So if you are the gate man, what are you going to do? Maybe start a course in National Open University. You understand? Start doing some online courses. There are online universities. You can register, start running your distance, doing your gate man. In 4 years' time, you'll be qualified to be a cashier. Now, with your connection in that bank, boom, you are in the cashier's desk. Now, what did the manager do to be there? Probably he has a master's degree. So you can do an extra 1 year. There are online universities these days. Do an extra 1 or 2 years. Boom, you have your master's. So in 6 to 7 years, you are really close to being that manager. If you now add a few more things, like your connection, people you have known over from years of working in the bank, the past managers that you knew, and everything, if you leverage your connection, you'll be right there chopping that money, controlling what's happening on the ground. The reason you are suffering now is that you are in the part of the system that is designed to suffer. When the system is designed, there is a part that is designed to suffer. So that's where you're stuck. So you're thinking that any extra thing, you can do extra work to get out of. No, you are still there. You should be thinking systemically, what do I do to get to this or that level? You understand? If the system is impossible to beat, leave the system. You can resign your job completely, go to another field that is faster. Like tech these days, right? Currently, tech is one of the hottest fields because it's something you can learn on your own. After learning, it opens you up to jobs around the world from your room. You can work remotely with any company around the world, especially if you're a lady, right? If you're a lady, it's far easier because there are more men in tech. So most companies will take a lady with any qualification. You know, in tech, they don't ask for your certificate. You understand? They just ask for skill. But you may not even be well skilled in that job, and they will still take you and pay you the same salary as the guys just because they need a lady. I've worked in many tech companies. I will see like 30 men, 0 If you're a man struggling right now, tech is the way. Learn some tech, start from beginning, from zero. And if you take my courses from design, don't worry about coding. Even if you have tried to learn tech before and it's totally confusing, it's because they were teaching you rubbish, right? Start from design. Don't crack your brain. Drag and drop, drag and drop. Do simple assignments like, if I tell you design the interface of a banking website, you should know the tools you use. You should know how to drag and drop. You should know the rules for designing such a website. Okay, buttons, this is how you maintain general theme color. This is how you design a button. These are the different ways you design a button. This is how you do this. Just simple design that doesn't crack your brain. Once you're done with that and you get the idea, you'll start with simple coding. This is what you check it. This is what turns this out. This is what I'm telling you. In a month, you'll be a totally different person. 2 courses. The design course is 16,200. The tech course is 47,000. 2 of them is like 63,000 or so. That package will get you off the ground from any profession into tech. Once you're done with that, you can apply as a front-end engineer in any company. The course contains practicals, so by the time you're done with the course, you have like 6 to 10 projects that you can put in your portfolio and use it for the application. Do you understand? So it's also considered an internship. So sometimes some people reach out to me and say they want to apply and they want to say that they did an internship in the company. Yeah, I say, yeah, why not? It's an internship. It's a 1-month internship, right? It is what it is. Many people that have taken that course, even the guy that took it in Dubai, is now working with one of the Dubai agencies. I think they call it, is it Karim? It's like Uber. Also, I think it's Karim that they call that. He just sent me and was like, you changed my life. And this less than like 4 months of him taking the course casually. It's all online. It's pre-recorded. You study at your own pace. If it's 10 minutes per day, you can put. If it's 30 minutes, if it's 2 hours, if it's only weekends, it's you. Just be picking it small. Now, if you want to be a senior software developer, after that course, there are 2 more courses. Python class 1, Python class 2. And once you take these 2, you can build any platform, any idea that anybody comes up with. You can write the code and it will be working complete. You can integrate any API, any interface. You can build anything. So at the end of the day, looking at the system where you are in, are you in the part of the system that is designed to be paid better? Many people don't understand that, right? Some people might be saying that they are unlucky. They were walking down the street and they were attacked by robbers and injured. Or somebody was telling me the other day his brother died because he was coming back from choir practice around 9-10 at night and he was stabbed. That there's a spirit following them. I said, no, be spirit. Your bank account is low, or his bank account is low. So because of that, instead of driving down the street, he's walking down the street. Now the system is designed that people that are of lower bank accounts are exposed to more risks. Do you understand? There's more risk. So most of the things you're facing in life today is because you are at the lower part of the society. Every day they are fighting in your neighborhood. There's noise everywhere. You can't succeed. You are falling sick. They don't know the cause. You are going from hospital to hospital. It's because your finances are low. If you had a better job opportunity, you live at a better place and you will not even fall sick at all. Do you think Dangote falls sick with malaria? No, think about it, right? It's going to be really rare because what? The food he eats is neat. He has professional chef. You think he comes back home to cook and clean? He's not exposed to all that death. Even the fumes from gas in the kitchen every day, he's not exposed to it. The only thing is if he wants to eat, food is ready. The food he imagines in his mind is what the chef will prepare. Then you have like a nutritionist that knows exactly which kind of oils to use and everything. And you think mosquito bites him? Bro, where is mosquito going to bite him? in his 700 million naira phantom Rolls Royce pushing G class AMG. Is that where the mosquito is gonna bite him in, or is his mansion that is sealed, or the whole environment is fumigated from all sorts of witches and wizards? Where is the mosquito gonna bite him? You understand? Now think about it, right? You that have been falling sick, they don't know what is the problem with your body. Bro, it's because you are broke. That sickness is just brokenness. Nature telling you that you're broke, and if you're not careful, that small something can unalive you. It's the system where you are in. You are trapped in a certain section of the system, so you try and move. And there are many things you can move, right? Many people only think it's their finances. It's only when you work hard you move your finances. Yes, hard work is one thing you can do, right? But there are other things. For instance, if you change location. That's why all my life I've never stopped anybody from going abroad. The only thing I tell people is, if you're going to go abroad, go. But if the conditions are worse there, maybe you should return or move to another country. Don't forget your purpose for moving. You understand? Sometimes just changing location solves 99% of your problem. Go and ask anybody. Just changing location, moving from the village to the city, bro, solves 80% of your problem for most people. Moving from city to a better country, or moving from a poor aspect of the country. One guy told me that there is no job in Canada again. That he has been looking for a job, no way. So he's now doing menial jobs. I was like, do you really believe that there are some people in Canada that finding jobs will not be hard for because of their skill set? He said, yeah, there will be people like that. I said, why are you not among those people? Bro, there was silence in the call for like seconds. And you can see that, you can sense that silence is, he's thinking like, what? Yes. I'll tell you a story, right? Before I close this. I was going to a certain country and I was hearing that country that is hard, especially for Nigerians. It's really hard. I was like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I know exactly what I'm gonna do once I show up there. That is hard is your own pocket. It doesn't concern me. So when I pulled up there, under 6 months, I was making a lot of money. Alright, I'm not gonna give details. But the day I now finally went to meet where Nigerians are staying there, bro, what I saw there, I saw that Nigerians rented like a whole complex, like building, multi-stories, almost like, I can't remember, 5-story, 6-story, with all the rooms. Imagine a large hotel. That's what it looks like. But it's not a hotel because Nigerians are running it. So inside there, every single room there is filled with Nigerians. I'm talking about 3,000 to 5,000 people. Bro, I was shocked. I was just going to see a friend, and what I saw, bro, each room, they'll be lying side by side, each room. So they'll put bed all over the ground, all this small 4x6 bed, right, mattress, all over on the ground. All of them will lie side by side, like they're in prison. If you've seen people if you've been to prison, side by side, they will lie like that when they want to sleep. Then all over the corridor, like we were passing on the corridor, people were lying on the corridor everywhere. So there was a narrow space we can only put our leg. In the morning, all of them will wake up and go to work. In the evening, they'll come back and that's where they sleep. So they have like a general kitchen and then bathroom and stuff. Bro, like men were hustling. You know, but me coming there, I realized that even before I knew that was the condition there, I already made up my mind that I'm going there to figure out where the money is and I'm going to make that money. Fuck the world. And I figured it out, you know. By the time I was coming to visit those guys, I was living in a hotel, 5-star hotel, everything sorted, everything sweet. You understand? Even me coming there, I was on suit. Because I was coming from work like that. I was on suit, complete suit, everywhere soft with my briefcase. So coming there now, I was now ashamed, you know, because seeing all your guys, guys everywhere, and only you carry suits. I said, if I had known that this was how this place was, right, I would have just worn t-shirt and trouser, you know, maybe even remove my t-shirt, because most of them they were shirtless. I would have just removed my shirt. Man, blending. Wearing suit there, I was just like one FBI covert agent. People were like avoiding me. Who is this guy? Is it police? And Popo be this. You know. But I'm just telling you this story to tell you that you can go where people are failing and you figure out the system by aligning yourself with where people are succeeding. Many lecturers complaining of low salary today, if they can get a PhD and pick a political firm in their town, in 5 years' time, they will become the VC. Maybe not 5 years, but within the decade. Because from joining their local politicians, they will have access to politicians that make decisions, and then boom, they will be installed as VC from Abuja or whatever. You think VC is by merit in quotes? No, it's by political appointments and hustle. There is a politicking that is involved. Most people that are complaining, right? That's their way out. But they're not thinking of it systematically. What they're thinking of is the federal government is not paying us. ASU strike, Bongo strike, Jamba strike, whatever strike. You understand? I'm not saying all those things are bad. No. Try and get my point. I'm trying to say that at a systemic level, you as an individual, if you start looking at your conditions at a systemic level, bro, what of you going to start your own school? Like, what is actually stopping you? Think about it, right? Think about it. Let's say you're a lecturer and you're struggling. What's stopping you from actually starting your own school? So when you start your own school, you have the opportunity to be at the top. Instead of playing somebody else's game, right? Where you're waiting for salary and everything, and it's no longer enough. Imagine they increase your salary and they devalue the currency. This is Africa for you. You protest. The government of your country says, okay, we're increasing the salary. And that same year, they devalue the currency. Now your salary is worthless again. Would you say they did not do anything for you? They fulfilled your demand now. So, but why can't you start like a primary school in your land, right? Secondary school. Why can't you connive with other lecturers? Let's say you have 4 or 5. It's okay, let us put money down and build a school down the road, primary school. How many rooms do you think it takes to build a primary school? I'm giving you ideas, right? You're already a lecturer, so you understand how education works. You go and get your, verification or certification from the local government, and now you're running your school. You hire teachers. You understand how the system works. Why are you not deploying your intelligence? You don't need to be there. Are you going to be the one teaching on the board? No. Every morning you go to your regular job, but your teachers are running the school. You get? In 5 years' time, it will grow so big that you will not need to work for anybody. That's the way it works. Many doctors that are struggling today, looking for where to jackpot to, if they start putting their mind in owning their own clinic, I'm telling you, if you can't raise the money alone, why not connive with all your friends? Why not look for a politician, walk up to a politician and say, look, or Yahoo boys. I'm not talking about Yahoo boys, but you get what I'm saying, right? There are many rich people in the society that you can go and meet, musicians, and say, hey, look, we're medical doctors. 3 of us want to start a hospital. This is the money we have, but this is the one we need. All right? The location is ready, and this is the foundation we have laid. We need. Bro, anybody you show that you have put in effort, that you've laid foundation, you've built 3 or 4 rooms, and this is what is remaining. If they invest, they will take X percentage, and every month this is the amount that will be going to them. There was an airline in Nigeria that did that. They built the airline, and what they did was they borrowed money from a bank. So they now opened a bank account in that bank, and they signed a deal that every time somebody pays a ticket, a token goes to a different bank account for that bank in repayment of that loan and with interest. You understand? So as money is entering sharp, and they signed in the agreement, everything is clean. You get? So if you have put in some personal effort to some point, your money no reach. Try and connive with people, because it's a poor man's thinking that you will make it all alone. No. That's not how a rich person thinks. You make more money if you work with people. Start thinking of things at a systemic level. Is the system, if the system is designed against you, leave the system entirely. If you can't game the system, leave it. If you can game it, game it. That's how people are at the top. How do you think they got to the top? If you can game the system without breaking a law, if you can break rules without breaking a law, break it. That's what life be. Break it, meet people. Let me tell you, one of my guys, he will always tell me this story. The way he blew was because he will always fly business class. Because that's where he meets people randomly, and each person he meets is his customer because of the nature of business he's doing. Before you know it, you get one person that can order so much goods that, or products that, man, you're made for life. So start thinking of everything as a system. Everything as a system. Once you see things that way, your life will change, because you will start seeing how people are gaming the system, and you enter into a game. It's all a game. You're just playing it without knowing that you're playing it, and you're playing it poorly. It's all a game. You can break rules. If they say that this is how things have been traditionally done this way, and you find a better way to do it. But don't break the law, because that's the one that will take you to jail and end your whole career. You get? Don't break the law. Don't work with criminals and all the other whatnot, but find a way to game the system and game the hell out of it.